Good morning, everybody. This is Barb Reed, the Wexford Stamper, and today we're going to do a quick little favor box that I designed for a Mother's Day occasion, but it really can be used for any occasion. And before we get to that, I wanted to share with you that this Friday, Dory and I are having our second online card buffet, and the first one was really fun and we had great participation. And we are going to have 7 cards available. If you go on my Facebook group or Dory's Facebook group, you can see the entire menu and see which ones you like. The cards are $3 each, or make 5, get a 6th one free, or all your cards are free with a $30 order. We will assemble your cards if you'd like us to do that, or we can send you kits. So please message us if you're interested in any of those things. But here I put together a Mother's Day card, and this is using the Best Dressed Designer Series paper, which we all know is going to be retiring at the end of May. And here I use the Petal Punch, and that is another that will be retiring. So there's some great products that we're using that may be retiring, and you need to snatch them up quickly. And this one is a sympathy card where this is the brand new Ornate Garden set, and I used the border die for that, and then I used some of this gorgeous paper here, and I used some of the new labels as well. So these are things that are in the brand new catalog. So these are not going away, but some of the punches may. All right, and then my last one, I know this set is going to be going away. So this is a cute little birthday card, and I used a embossing folder from Follow Your Art, and then I used the paper from the Birthday Bonanza. So those are 3 choices of the 7. Check back on our pages. You can see the others. Message me or Dory, and we will fix you up with any of the card buffet kits or cards that you would like. All right. So I hope everyone is doing well. Let's talk a little bit about our project today. We are going to make these little triangular treat boxes. They are super fun to make. Very easy. Hi, Lisa. And they really hold a good bit. So let me go ahead and pull one of these open. And I'm just sliding this off so I can just slide it back on. But it just opens up here at the top, and there's I have 5 Hershey Kisses in there. And it's a real quick and easy box to make. Not a whole lot of scoring, and you can kind of dress it up or dress it down. This is a little more dressy with this paper, and then when I use the tulle ribbon, that dresses it down a little bit. So it's really kind of whatever style you like. Okay, I really do like the mint macaron ribbon, and we're going to use that again today. This is fabulous ribbon. It is sheer linen ribbon in the mint macaron, a little thin, but it works really well because I'm going to show you here how I kind of doubled up on it to make the bow a little more firm and hold it closed a little better, so I can show you that. All right, so let's go ahead and put these over here. I've decided this time I'm going to go with a more formal look, and I'm going to use some of this paper, which was actually on one of the cards I just showed you. But this is paper from the new Ornate Garden Suite, and it's got gorgeous flowers on one side, but then on this side it has just a pretty foil pattern or design on the mint macaron. I love that. So we're going to use this to make our box today, and that's going to make it look a little more formal, a little more dressy, so we can see which one you like better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Put this over here. Remember, all the dimensions and all the products will be posted on my blog when I finish. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Morning, Cheryl. Thank you. I think they're really cute too, and they're really quick and easy to make. All right, we're going to start with a piece of mint macaron paper, cardstock, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5, and that's another advantage of this box. You can make 2 out of 1 piece of cardstock. So here we have it cut at 8.5 by 5, and we have it lined up on the long side, the 8.5 side. Okay, and on the long side, we are going to score at 2, 4, 6, 8. So you can tell we're making the sides here. The sides are going to be 2 inches, excuse me, by 2 inches. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on the short side. And here I'm going to score at 2 and 4. Okay, now before we finish, we're going to go back up to the long side, and you want to put the long side at the top that has the smaller rectangle. So you have a wider band here at the bottom, you have the smaller at the top. Okay, we're going to put that back up at the top, and we're just going to do some partial scoring. We're going to go to the 1 inch and just come right down and stop at the first horizontal score line. And then we're going to do the same thing at 5. All right, just go down to that first horizontal score line. See if you can see that. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and take this away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my template so you know what we're doing here. Okay, this is what we're going for. This is our final look. But before we do that, we're going to have to bring in a ruler, and then you can use your scoring tool for this as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, right where we came down here with our partial score, I'm going to make a line from that point down to the corner here, and from that point to the corner here. So we're going to make a triangle, and the reason we're doing that is because we want our nice pleats on the sides of our boxes. We don't want to just leave it that the paper kind of decides where it's going to fold, because that doesn't always look as nice. So you want the sharp fold. So I'm going to go ahead and take my scoring tool and my ruler and just draw a line from that corner to where that score line, partial score line, came down. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, there I have my one triangle, and I'm going to do the exact same 2 lines in this panel here as well, because if we have the one side, we need to make sure the other side is going to know what to do. We've got to tell our paper what to do, or sometimes it has a crazy mind of its own. So there we go. All right, there's our 2 areas that are scored. Okay, now I'm going to do some cutting. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it landscape position, and I'm going to cut it on this side where we have our skinny little rectangle. And I'm going to cut off the bottom rectangle, making a little wedge here, and the top rectangle. Okay, so this strip that's left here is going to be the piece that we put our adhesive on, that's going to kind of hold the whole box together. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the bottom of the box. This is where the larger panels are along the bottom, and I'm going to cut up and make those 4 flaps. Okay, now I'm going to go back, and on the panels that are directly under the triangles, I'm going to take a little bit off on the sides, just so when they all fold together at the bottom, that there won't be a lot of paper crunching together. Just make it lay together nicer. All right, we have one more thing that we need to cut. This panel here is going to be the panel, oops, that flaps over your box. Okay, so this is the panel right here. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to go to the other end of the paper. That is the paper that is not close to our tiny little flap there, and we're going to cut off all this entire top strip and then stop.
Unknown caller.
Sorry about that. And stop right at the flap here. That's going to be our lid flap. Okay? Does that make sense? Now it's looking very, very much like my template here. Okay, the last thing I need to do is go ahead and I'm going to round my flap. Okay, just to give it a more polished look. I'm going to round both those corners. Okay, now I'm going to take my scoring tool, my bone folder, sorry, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold up on all these score lines. Just give them a nice good crease. Okay, let's go across this way as well. And I'm even going to go in and crease the opposite way my triangle score lines that we made. Okay, so I kind of made those crease the opposite way because that's how they're going to fold. Okay, all right, now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the paper on before we construct the box. And as I told you before, I decided I wanted to use this beautiful foil mint macaron paper from the new catalog. And I cut my box, my pieces at, this is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. I have 2 of those. And then I have my little flat piece. This is 1 7/8 by 7/8. And all these dimensions will be on my blog, so don't worry about trying to jot them down. All right, now we've got 3 places where we need to put our paper. Obviously, we're not going to put any paper on our crease sides because that would be not lay very nicely once it's folded. So we're going to put one here, and then the smaller one on that flap. And you'll notice here on the flap piece, I did round the corners on the Designer Series paper as well. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, I just feel so bad putting glue on that beautiful flower side, but we're going with the foil side today. There we go. And just with the box still open and not put together, you can put a lot more pressure on your panels when you adhere them, and you know they're going to stay pretty well, and you're not crushing the box once it's put together. All right, so those are those 2 panels, our square panels, and now I'm going to put on this smaller piece here. And that's just going to go right here. You're just going to have a very, very small border around your Designer Series paper, and that's the way I like it. I want to take full advantage of this gorgeous paper. All right, that is all the gluing. I'll put my glue away. I'm going to get out my tear and tape now and just put a small piece right along this tab here. Now you want to make sure you're pretty close to the fold because that's where you want the most adhesive to be, and that's where the most stress is on the box. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the backing. Okay, now I have it folded flat with the Designer Series paper side down. Then I'm just going to fold this side over and then very carefully just fold this side, and if your paper is cut and scored at the right spot, it'll fall together just right where you need it. Okay, so this is the back of our box because that's where the seam is and also where our little flap is. All right, now before we pull it together and tie it, we're going to have to put our bottom together. And what I would do is I would put in the 2 sides that have the wedges cut out of them first, and then you want to fold down the back flap and then the front flap, because you want, when you look at the front, you want to have a nice clean seam on the bottom there. If we would fold the front one and then the back, you have the open seam there, and you don't want that. It's easy, it looks a little nicer if you have that seam come down last, and then you have the nice smooth edge there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue on my last flap coming down. And hold that there. Push it down. And that is all the gluing we have. Okay, and now because of the nice scoring and folding we did on the sides, the box comes together super easy. Okay, and since we made those little score lines, it makes it look much more clean and very professional looking. Look how cute that box came out. Isn't that adorable? Hi Deb, good morning. Thanks for joining. All right, now the last thing we have is the ribbon. And I'm going to go ahead once again to the mint macaron, but I'm going to cut a long enough piece that it will go around twice. All right, and I'm going to show you a little trick I kind of figured out that helps hold the box very securely. Now, I do love the tool, but the tool can be a little stretchy. And sometimes it doesn't hold the box all the way down if you're super picky, you know, whatever. But the tool is a little stretchy, and when you open it and then retie, it can be stretched a little bit. I found that the mint macaron holds a little better, and then when you double up, it even secures it a little better. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, I'm going to fold the piece of ribbon in half. Okay, and I'm going to put the loop right here at the front of my box, right by the flap, and I'm going to bring the double ribbon around, and then I'm going to put it through the loop. One, got to get both of them through there. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to kind of thread them through the loop. Try that again with my right hand. I'm right-handed. I'm going to put them through like this. There we go, that's better. Oh, having trouble today. It's morning. Let's give it third time's a charm. Okay, maybe if I hold that loop. Okay, here we go. All right. Now I'm going to take it around and I'm going to bring both of these ends through the loop. That's the way to do it. Hold the loop in the front, Barb. All right, so then I have my loop kind of helping me secure that ribbon in the front. And you can slide it up or down to see where you like it, but I'm going to tie the ribbon right about at the bottom of the flap there. Okay, so and all I have to do now is pull the two ends apart because they're pretty secure inside that loop. Okay, and then I'm just going to tie okay, and then you can always do a little bit of rearranging once you get it where you like it. I like this. I think it looks good. Okay, and I like both of my tails hanging down for this one. And you can just kind of adjust and see what you like. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off these long ends. And there you have it. So that's a little more formal looking box, maybe. That would be pretty for a wedding. I mean, if it was a wedding, the wedding colors, that would be really, really pretty. So it really, really depends what you're thinking and what the box is for, but they're quick and easy put together and they fit a little treat. They could fit jewelry, okay, some other things, a little gift that you might have. So I hope you have time today to try out the triangular box, and remember this video tutorial and all the dimensions will be on my blog. That's thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com, and check out my YouTube channel too. I've got lots of other amazing products there. Yes, very simple. That's what we like to do. Keeping it simple, and you can really, really make several of these. Be great for a little party favor. All right, thank you ladies for joining me, and I hope to see some of you on our online card buffet tomorrow. Thank you, Deb. And have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.